Soon enough, we'll get back in person. We won't have to mute each other.
Yeah.
Look at the Beamans, how happy they look.
Oh, yeah, we are thrilled.
Can you hear me, Judy?
Cheers.
We can't hear you.
Judy, you may have to call into the keep your computer on mute and call into the meeting. That way you can hear us, right, and talk back.
I'm all set to go, KP.
Oh, there she is.
Okay, Judy's having a little problem with her, maybe
No,
she's
she's there.
in now.
She's there.
Okay. Well,
We're good to go. We're good to go, KP.
we're good to go. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm KP Kelly, Chairman of the Zoning Board of Appeals for the town of Manlius. Tonight we have one appeal to hear and decide whether to grant or deny the applicant's request for an area variance based on the established zoning laws and regulations of the town of Manlius. The meeting will come to order. The first thing, we'll please stand and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America,
and to the republic
the republic
for which
for
it
which it
stands,
stands,
one nation,
one nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
and
with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, let me introduce the town board, the zoning board. Jim's not with us. We have Tim Kelly up here, and there's Judy Salmon, and there's Claire Miller. Okay, so we do have a quorum. So, and then the town officials. I'm going to start with Allison Weber, our town clerk. There she is. Debbie Winsel, the ZBA secretary. Jamie Sucks. Where's Jamie? Right there in the middle. She's our town attorney. And then Randy. There's Randy. He's our director of code enforcement. Okay. Did the board members get a chance to review the minutes from the last meeting?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting.
The second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes from the last meeting will be as written. The legal notices for this have been published. May I request a motion to waive the reading?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. The second?
Second.
Claire? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, so we'll waive the reading of the legal notices. We have one item on the agenda tonight. Mr. and Mrs. Beeman, 7047 Fremont Road, East Syracuse, would like to construct a 30 by 40 garage that will be 20 foot 4 inches in height. And they want to build this at the rear of their property. We'll need approval of 3 area variances to meet their request. The rear yard setback is 40 feet. They'd like to put it 5 foot in from that, which would give them a 35 foot variance. The side setback is 20. They're requesting to put it 15 feet or 5 foot off the line, leaving a 15 foot variance. And then the height variance is approximately 4 feet above the 17 foot limit. So that's the 3 variances that we'll need this evening. I request a motion to open this to a public hearing.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. This is now open to a public meeting. And the applicants, Mr. and Mrs. Beeman? Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good, good.
Excuse me, Deb, can you pull up the plan, please?
Yes, what part do you want?
The survey?
Okay.
All right, Sarah, if you would kind of explain what you'd like to do and what's going on and describe the project.
Okay. We would like to put a 30 by 40 garage style building in the southwest corner of the property. Currently, I have an existing shed. I will remove the existing shed and have the garage constructed behind that area.
What kind of a barns are going to be? Is it going to be like a pole barn or what?
It's going to be more of a garage style. It will not be a pole barn style.
I'm trying to rotate this plot plan
Debbie,
down a little bit.
Debbie, can you scroll up so we can see the back of the property there?
Yeah.
The other way.
I think we were looking for the survey.
There we go. There, that's what I'm looking for right there.
Yep.
So, so what would be the exterior of the garage itself?
As far as
The finished product, what's it going to be? Metal?
no, it will be vinyl sided, same as the house, with asphalt shingles roof, same as the house.
Okay, so it'll match the house then.
Yes,
Okay, and you got 2 garage doors.
correct.
Okay, and the height is needed because you want to put some travel trailer in there.
Yes, I'd like to be able to store my travel trailer in for the winter.
Uh-huh, mm-hmm. Okay, and what kind of floor are you gonna put in there?
It'll have a concrete slab floor.
Mm-hmm. Electricity?
At this time, no. Later on, if I have the opportunity, I will probably do that, yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you for answering the 5 criteria questions when you send in your application. Appreciate that. Any of the board members have questions?
So for your trailer, go ahead. Sorry.
Do you mind putting up the overview of the neighborhood? Thank you.
So any questions from the board members?
So for your trailer, are you putting a driveway back there, or are you just gonna run it through the grass?
I currently have a driveway reaching 2/3 of the way to where the building will be, and I will just continue a single gravel driveway to the building for access.
Okay, so it's gravel, not asphalt.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Judy or Claire, you have any questions?
I do have a question. You said that you're going to put a trailer in there, so your trailer will fit through one of those garage. You weren't going to make one big garage door?
No, I wanted 2 separate doors, just because in order to get the trailer to the side of the garage, if I put in one large door, it would have to be extremely large, or it would have to be offset.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Judy, do you have any questions? Judy, no? Okay. All right. So looking at this picture, is that white building yours?
The white rectangle is actually the camper with the cover on it.
Oh, so the one you're taking down is right behind it?
Yes, that would be the shed. And,
Uh-huh.
and then the brown rectangle behind the shed is actually the garden, which will, is approximately where the new building will go.
How close is that garden to the rear fence?
Let's see, I go between it, so it's got to be like 7 feet.
7 feet or so? Yeah, okay. All right, any other questions from the board members?
So if you go back to that survey picture, and this is probably a question for Randy, looking at where they want to place it, I know that we had the letter from the neighbor.
Yeah,
If they were to kind of hop that over to the right, maybe 10, 15 feet, that we're out of the range of that septic, correct?
No,
no,
No? Okay.
no. I went out and I walked the property, and the only place that shed can go, the garage, is where it is, without
Okay.
compromising driving over the leach field, which you really don't want to do with any leach
You don't want to
field.
do that. Right.
And if you look right next door to the property, there's a garage on that guy's property in the same location.
Yeah, I noticed that when I drove by. So I was just curious from a kind of looking at it from a big picture standpoint.
Yeah, and then if you angle the garage, it's going to make it hard for Bill to back in without actually using the truck to go on the neighbor's property.
Right.
Whereas if you go straight back, they'll be able to stay on their own property.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, that letter was from Mr. Bennett. Is he with us this evening? Mr. Bennett? Okay, Mr. Bennett, for the record, is a neighbor a couple of houses down, but he does own the property behind the property we're looking at. And he doesn't give a reason for, but he just asked that let's see if I get this straight here. It'd be okay, 15-foot variance. I don't know if he, I think what he wants is the building to be 20 feet from the rear property line. And I see that that would interfere if he moved it up 20 feet. That would really involved with the septic system itself, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And if you look down the line of properties,
Uh-huh,
most of the garages and sheds
yeah,
are either right to the back and right to the left or right of the properties,
sure,
because the lots aren't really large. So everybody's shed or garage is
Yeah.
back into the left or right, just so they can utilize the rest of the yard, because most of them do have septic systems.
Yeah, no, Randy, it seems to tie to the aesthetic of the rest of the neighborhood. So
Yeah.
yeah. I ran some numbers, and it appears that by the time you add up the length of the lot, which is 250 feet, subtract the house and so on and so forth, and then if you move that proposed garage forward, you would be into the septic tank field area. And we don't need that. The man doesn't give a reason why he wants that, but and he's not here to explain his request. So I just, yeah.
Is the zoning district, Randy, the same behind this property as this property?
Yeah, I would be more concerned if there was a house back there,
Yeah,
but it's nothing but acreage and swamp, which is mostly wet in the area on there, and there's
Yeah.
really nothing back there. The 5 foot still gives Lisa and Bill area to mow back there, keep it nice, keep it weeded, and still have a grassy area behind the garage before you hit the wooded swampy area.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing of value back there except just open land, right?
Right.
That's all.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I wish he was here to explain himself, but he's not. So I just want to make it noted in that we did consider it. But there's no reason why he's asking for it except he'd like it that way. So anyways, back to any other questions on this project from the board members?
You said it was going to be the same color? Everything was going to match?
The bond's going to match the house.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Concrete floor, shingled roof, and vinyl siding on the, so yeah, it should be a nice project. A motion to close this public hearing.
I make a motion to close the public hearing?
And I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Now what we're gonna do is the board members will talk among themselves about your project. Okay? So just give us a minute. We'll go over our 5 criteria questions here. Does any board member have a comment to start with?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. All right, let's do the 5 questions. And you think this could be achieved by some other means or some other way, some other variance?
No.
Not without going through that septic.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's clear that he's going to leave it there, and any movement forward would interfere with the septic system itself. Okay. Question number 2. Do you think it's going to make a change in the character of the neighborhood or
No.
detriment to the properties? I don't see what's going to.
No.
No. Okay. Let's see, number 3. You think this is substantial?
No.
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 It's not too bad. I think it'll be maybe, it might be the largest barn in the neighborhood or garage, but I don't think it's out of the question. You think this is going to have an adverse impact on the physical or environmental conditions of the neighborhood?
No.
No, no. And then the 5th one, was it self-created? You think the
Yes.
man
Yes.
Yes.
selfishly wants a garage to put his travel trailer in? Isn't that awful? Okay. Shouldn't joke about this. Any other factors we need to consider? I don't think so. I think we've got it all covered, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to answer the question, the benefit to the applicant does outweigh the detriment to the neighborhood or the community. Is that right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. As opposed, it does not. But we want to give the man this, so we're going to mark it does outweigh the detriment to the neighborhood, or in this case, Mr. Bennett, and is the only one we heard from. So the ZBA further finds that the variance for, and we're going to make, there's actually 3 variances. We got a rear variance of 35 feet. We have a side variance of 15 feet and a height variance of 4 feet. With that, is there any conditions we need to put on there? I don't think there's any conditions. It's going to look like the house. I think it's going to be a nice project. Based on our decisions, it appears that there's no impact on the environment. Therefore, I propose a type 2 action with Secor, and no further review is required. Based on our discussions, would a board member like to make a motion to grant or deny the applicant their request for 3 variances?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion.
Go ahead, Claire, please.
Okay. I move that the zoning board grant an area variance to William Beeman for the real property located at 7047 Fremont Road, East Syracuse, New York, 13057. This variance is being granted for the specific purpose of permitting the construction of a 30 by 40 foot garage needing 3 variances. Therefore, modifying 40-foot rear line setback to that of 5 feet, leaving a variance of 35 feet, and modifying a 20-foot sideline setback to that of 5 feet, leaving a variance of 15 feet, and modifying the height variance of 17 feet to that of 20 feet, 2 1/4 inches, leaving an approximate variance of 4 feet.
Okay, very good.
Mr. Chairman, I'll second that motion.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, very good. Well, your variances have been granted, and you may talk to, I forget, is it Randy or how do we do, what's next here for these good people?
Lisa's gonna talk to Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa will talk to Lisa and issue her the permit.
And Lisa's gonna issue the paperwork.
Lisa, it's in your hands.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
Very good. Okay, thank you.
Thank
Is
you.
there any other business before tonight's meeting? Anything else? Everybody? Yes, Judy.
When can we go public with or back in session, back together?
That
You
may
asked the
be
question I
happening-
was gonna ask.
That may be happening next meeting.
Next
Okay.
meeting? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Do we have something for, do we have something for next meeting already?
Do we have anything, Lisa?
Yes,
Oh, we
you
do.
do.
I'm wondering if, you know, if our board is all vaccinated, and if we would consider that it would be 3 weeks after everyone has their second shot for
I'm
safety.
double vaccinated.
I'm fully in.
I'm not asking you to answer me right now. I mean,
Oh, no. Yeah, no, I'm just saying I am.
Yeah, I think
If I
I
may,
am.
if I may, we may have a problem of age here. I'm happy to say I'm old enough to have my 2 shots, but I'm not sure the rest of the board, if they're old enough. They look like just kids to me, but, no, Judy, how'd you do with your shots?
I'm all set. I got my last shot on February 3rd, so I'm fine.
Good.
I got mine February 9th. So
So
I'm
you're
done.
set. And then Claire?
Well, I got my first shot today and my next shot's gonna be on the day of the meeting.
Oh,
we might consider pushing that out to the next meeting for the
Well,
safety of.
We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to talk about it. I mean, I'm vaccinated too, so I'm all set.
I'm not worried if,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for me, I'd be willing to,
or, yeah.
or 2 or 3.
Now, Randy, you're not old enough to get a shot yet, are you?
No, I'm still in my 20s.
I'm right behind Randy.
I got vaccinated in December.
Ah, okay, all right. Well, I guess we'll just have to talk about this and see how things are going at that point. So we have a maybe for the next meeting for.
Well, there's other things to consider besides the shots, and that is we're trying to do the box cast and the Zoom and the live meeting. So we've got to pull that together too. So there's other things to think about.
Okay, all right. Um,
I actually, just so you know, I actually had a conversation with John earlier,
Mhm.
and he mentioned that he was working on that.
Yeah,
And one of the things I mentioned to him was that maybe we would be the kind of example case. Maybe
yes,
try it with ZBA since there's less of us than the town board.
that's what was
Um,
presented to me too, Tim.
Okay, cool.
okay. How about our training coming up, April 17th or something? Everybody signed up for that,
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
right?
Yep.
Deb? Deb?
Yes.
Is everybody signed up with DeWitt?
Everybody signs up themselves, so I'm not sure. They can
Oh,
themselves.
all right.
I am.
Judy's
I'm
all
good.
set.
I'm good.
Tim? Claire?
No, could somebody send me the link? Could somebody?
I will. I'll send you the info.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a Saturday morning. We kind of check in about 8:30 and then the class starts about 9. I think it goes to about 1. And we have required number of hours of training we need basically each year. So this would cover that. Okay? Is there anything else we need to bring up for tonight's meeting?
Jamie, are there any changes with the zoning changes they've made recently that we need to know?
Nothing that should affect us.
Okay.
Nothing on setbacks or anything like that.
No. Okay. Anything else?
Can I make a motion to adjourn?
Please. A second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. The meeting's adjourned. Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Congrats,
Bye.
Stevens. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Lisa.